You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. We've already given out more than $75,000 to students in North Dakota this year. Let us help you become the next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today. Well, good afternoon and welcome out to Drake Field in Mitchell, South Dakota. Valley City State University Viking baseball today here on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel. Valley City State and Viterbo University starting up a 4-game series. Supposed to be the home openers for Valley City State baseball, but we are on the road in Mitchell. Field conditions and, of course, weather not great in Valley City and also not great in La Crosse, Wisconsin, home of Viterbo. So we have met in Mitchell, South Dakota. 4-game series doubleheaders today and tomorrow here on VCSU Athletics YouTube channel. We'll get things going. Game 1 of our doubleheader on Wednesday, 7-inning contest, and we'll go through our lineups here. Valley City State University home team on the scoreboard all week. And leading off, playing right field for the Vikings, number 11, Dustin Mertz. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 6, Jaden Babiak. Batting third and catching, number 5, Jamel Chabot. Batting cleanup, playing first base, number 28, Caden Rosedeba. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 4, Tori Nelson. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 16, Kellen Scruggs. And batting seventh, playing third base, number 14, Cody Wielgosh. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 24, Cam Barrow. And batting ninth, playing center field, number 20, Dagan Morecambe. On the mound today for Valley City State, number 2, Hunter Magnuson. Visitors on the scoreboard, Viterbo University V-Hawks. They come in with an overall record of 4-24. They are 3-1 in North Star play. Leading off for the V-Hawks and playing first base, number 7, Blake Warner, reigning NSAA Hitter of the Week after a big series last week against Dickinson State. Batting second and playing second base, number 9, Spencer Hands. Batting third, the center fielder, number 13, Brett Stussel. Batting cleanup, playing right field, number 20, Gavin Daniel. Batting fifth and playing catching, number 5, Kyle Suntag. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 17, Cody Wells. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 31, Marcus Hornacek. Batting eighth, the DH, number 50, Chance Clayman. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 29, Ryan Mesa. On the mound today for Viterbo, number 1, Anthony Sanchez. As we mentioned, Viterbo comes in with an overall record of 4-24. They are 3-1 in the North Star Athletic Association. 4-game series against Dickinson State last week for Viterbo. Pair of those games, they won 1-0, 1-0, 19-5, 1-0, and then they lost the series finale 6-3. Valley City State 8-17 overall. They are 0-4 in conference play, starting off the conference season with preseason favorite Bellevue University, also ranked number 15 in the country. Vikings challenged the Bruins in the first doubleheader. They had 4-3 heading into the bottom of the 6th in Game 1, ended up losing that one 7-4. Game 2 they lost 10-6 in a tight game. Games 3 and 4, 18-2 Bellevue and 9-2 Bellevue as the Bruins swept that series. Vikings were picked 4th in the North Star Athletic Association preseason poll. Viterbo picked 7th as these two teams begin a 4-game series here in Mitchell. Vikings going through their final warm-ups. Magnuson on the mound today for VCSU. Defense for the Vikings, left field Perro, center field Morecambe, right field Mertz, at third Wielgosh, short Babiak, second base Scruggs, first base Rosedeba, catching Chabot, and on the mound Magnuson. And we are underway here today. Magnuson facing Blake Warner, leadoff hitter for Viterbo. First pitch outside for a ball. Breaking pitch across just a bit high, 2-0 the count. As we mentioned, Warner, North Star hitter of the week last week, Blake Warner. That one outside, ball 3. Batted .600 in that 4-game series against Viterbo, slugging percentage of .1250. One huge game. That one in for a called strike. Went 5 for 5 in game 2 of that series. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs in a single game in that one that Viterbo won 19-5 against Dickinson. Ball 3 inside, 5-pitch walk. As Warner draws a leadoff free pass to open the game. Bring up the second baseman, number 9, Spencer Hands. Hands on the season, .250 hitter, 20 out of 80, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Swings at the first offering, inside pitch, fouls it. 0-1 the count, Magnuson works ahead. All-turf infield here at Drake Field, home of the Dakota Wesleyan University Tigers. 0-1 pitch for Magnuson. Breaking pitch outside. Count evens up 1-1. Warner at first base, on with the leadoff walk. 1-1 pitch from Magnuson. In the dirt, 2-1 the count. Magnuson on the season, 2-2 overall record, 3.86 ERA, making his 8th start of the year. A couple of those starts came during the fall baseball games. Ball 3 high. He's thrown 42 innings this year, struck out 52 hitters, has walked 18 and allowed 18 earned runs. Opposing hitters are batting .247 against Magnuson. Ball 3, back-to-back, or ball 4 high, back-to-back walks for Viterbo to open up the top of the first inning. And Jamil Chabot, catcher for the Vikings, go out and have a quick discussion with Magnuson. Stepping in for the Vhawks, left-handed hitter Brett Stussel, center fielder. Stussel, a .280 hitter this season. No home runs, 5 RBIs. Does have 10 doubles on the year. 10 out of his 23 hits are doubles. Runners on first and second. Warner at second, Hands at first. Back-to-back walks for Viterbo. First pitch to Stussel, shows bunt, pulls it back, called strike on the inside corner. Magnuson working ahead. Start of a 4-game series here in Mitchell, South Dakota. 0-1 pitch. Bunt laid down the third base line. Charging is Wheelgosh. He'll field. Goes to first and safe. A little bit of hesitation by Wheelgosh after he fielded that. And that's all it took for Stussel to beat it out. That'll load up the bases. Be a bunt single for Stussel. Now batting Gavin Daniel, right fielder. Called strike on the inside corner. Credit to Stussel for hustling down the line on that one. Bases are loaded. Breaking pitch inside for a ball, even up 1-1. Gavin Daniel on the season. 181 hitter, 13 hits and 72 at-bats. Batting cleanup for the Vhawks. Fouls this one away. 1-2 the count. Has shown a little bit of power. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs on the season. Main hitter on this Viterbo offense is their leadoff batter, Blake Warner. He's batting .362. Leads the team with 11 doubles, 7 home runs, 29 RBIs. He is at third base after opening the game with a leadoff walk. Just outside into the right-handed batter's box. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Magnuson in some early trouble, 2 walks and a bunt single, as the bases loaded with nobody out. 2-2 pitch on the way, high and inside. Ball 3, count runs full. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Hunter Magnuson as Daniel goes down. 1 out in the inning. Bases loaded strikeout there for Magnuson. Brings up the catcher, number 5, Kyle Suntag. .261 hitter. Just 23 at-bats this year, 6 out of 23. Breaking pitch, called strike. Again, bases loaded. Warner at third, hands at second, Stussel at first. 2 walks and a bunt single. Showing bunt and laying it down towards Magnuson. First baseman Rosdebo will field it, throws over to first and pulls the first baseman off the bag. And Suntag will be safe, an error on the throw. So Rosdebo, bunt was kind of between Magnuson and Rosdebo. Magnuson couldn't quite get to it. Rosdebo fielded it and threw over to first, but the throw pulled Kellen Scruggs, the second baseman who'd come over to cover, pulled him off the bag. So an RBI for Suntag. Brings up Cody Wells, third baseman, swings through the first offering for Magnuson. So 1-0 the score as Viterbo scored on that bunt. Ground ball foul to the left side. 0-2 the count for Magnuson. It should be just runs plus 1. I think you had to press it twice the first time. 0-2 the count. Bases still loaded. So one fouled away down the third base line, drifting out of play. Past the bullpen down third base line. Again, 1-0 the score, Viterbo. Suntag laying down a bunt with the bases loaded. Drove in a run and then also reached on the throw to first. Was a little wide and pulled Scruggs off the bag. Swing and a miss. Going down swinging is Cody Wells. Another big strikeout for Magnuson as he tries to work out of this inning without too much damage. 2 outs now. Stepping in the left fielder, number 31, Marcus Hornacek. Hornacek on the season, 174 average. 8 out of 46. Has 1 double, 3 RBIs. First pitch fouled away. A 1 pitch for Magnuson, just off the outside corner. Count even up, 1 ball, 1 strike to Hornacek. Bases full of E-Hawks, 2 outs top of the first inning, 1 run in. Magnuson trying to limit the damage. 1-1 pitch, fouled back, 1-2 the count. Waiting on deck, Chance Clayman, the DH, hoping to get an opportunity for the V-Hawks. Magnuson shakes off Chabot. Now comes set. 1-2 pitch on the way. Sails outside into the right-handed batter's box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Two pitch from Magnuson. Breaking ball, called, strike 3. And Magnuson gets a big strikeout, ends up striking out the side and limiting the damage there in the top of the first. The V-Hawks do get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 Viking error, but they leave 3 runners on base. Due up for the Vikings, Mertz, Babiak, and Chabot. V-Hawks 1, Vikings coming to bat.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Bottom of the first inning, Viterbo leading Valley City State 1-0. Vikings will send to the plate their leadoff hitter, Dustin Mertz, followed by Jaden Babiak and Jamel Chabot. They will face Anthony Sanchez, left-handed pitcher for Viterbo on the mound. Mertz, right-handed batter, steps in. Swing and a miss on strike 1. Fastball on the outside corner. Sanchez this season has made 8 appearances, making his 4th start today. That pitch taken outside, ball 1. 0-4 on the record side, 12.8 ERA. He's thrown 13 1/3 innings. Walk 13, given up 19 hits and 19 earned runs. Mertz fouls that one back, off the screen. 1-2 the count. Again, Viterbo leading 1-0. Loaded the bases with nobody out in the top of the first. Hunter Magnuson able to limit the damage, though, ends up striking out the side, and only 1 run scores for the V-Hawks. Fastball outside, 2-2 the count. Dustin Mertz, right-handed hitter. Takes that one in the dirt, ball 3, full count. Mertz this season batting .283. Has 4 doubles, 1 home run, driven in 12. Fouls that one away, and we'll do the 3-2 again. Sanchez, the lefty, delivers. Mertz fouls it back. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Mertz has only drawn 2 walks this season. 3-2 pitch. Fouled away over the Viterbo dugout down the first base line. V-Hawks in the first base dugout. Vikings as the home team for this series in the third base dugout. Thank you to Dakota Wesleyan and the City of Mitchell for allowing us use of this field for a 4-game midweek series. 3-2 pitch called, strike at the knees, and Mertz goes down looking to open up the bottom of the first. Leadoff strikeout for Sanchez. Jaden Babiak, Viking shortstop, steps in. Babiak, all-conference player last season for the Vikings, batting at .245 this season. 6 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. He's drawn 14 walks and has a .343 on base percentage. Takes the first pitch just below the knees for a ball. 1-0 the count. Called strike, outside corner. Even up 1-1. Babiak checks his swing on a breaking ball. Umpires check down to first, and they say no, did not go. 2-1 the count. Vikings again 0-4 in conference play. Looking to get back on track after facing conference favorite Bellevue last weekend. Babiak pulls it towards the right side, fielded by the first baseman Warner. He'll take it himself, and Babiak is retired 3 unassisted. Jamel Chabot, catcher for the Vikings, steps in. Chabot, true freshman on a Washington, batting .333 this season. .362 in the spring games. He's been VCSU's top hitter this spring. Breaking ball, catches the outside corner for a strike. Chabot, 4 doubles, 4 RBIs. Fastball in the dirt, even up 1-1. Checks the swing. Called strike on the outside corner, though. 1-2 the count from Sanchez. Sanchez, lefty, appears to have good tail on that fastball. Weak grounder towards Sanchez. He'll field it on the third base line. 1 hop in the dirt to first base, scooped by Warner, and Chabot is retired. 1-3 on the putout. Vikings go 1-2-3 in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on. Up for the V-Hawks, Clayman, Mesa, and then top of the order, Warner. Top of the second coming up. V-Hawks lead 1-0. Top of the second inning, Viterbo leading Valley City State 1-0. North Star Athletic Association Conference Baseball here from Mitchell, South Dakota. Leading off the inning for the V-Hawks, number 50, Chance Clayman, designated hitter. Clayman on the season, .263 hitter. 2 doubles, 1 home run, 3 RBIs for Clayman. Hunter Magnuson delivers the first pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Vikings gave up 1 run in that first inning, but Magnuson did end up striking out the side, working out of a bases-loaded jam and limiting the damage. A 1 pitch. Fouled up and out of play. 0-2 the count. Magnuson now 55 strikeouts in 43 innings this season. Viking pitchers do lead the North Star, 10.2 strikeouts per 9 innings. Again, that is tops in the NSAA. Breaking ball in the dirt, 1-2 the count. Clayman awaits the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, left side, through the hole for a single. Fielded by Perro in left field into Babiak. And Clayman will reach with a leadoff hit through the left side. Ryan Mesa, shortstop, steps in for Viterbo. Mesa this season, 161 hitter, 5 hits and 31 at-bats. Clayman over at first after a leadoff single. Pulling a grounder sharply through the left side. Mesa showing bunt, pulls back. Pitches inside for a ball, 1-0. Viterbo bunted twice in that opening inning. Once for a single. And on the second, the batter reached on a throwing error. One-0 pitch from Magnuson. Breaking pitch. High. Mesa pulls back again, showing bunt. 2-0 the count. Cody Wheelgosh, third baseman, in on the grass. Throws it up at first, holding the runner. Pick-off attempt. Diving back safely is Clayman. Again, Mesa just a 161 hitter. Prime bunting opportunity here. Does have 1 successful sac bunt this season. And umpires will say he successfully pulled back on that one. 3-0 the count. Mesa taking all the way. Called strike on the outside corner, 3-1. Have to imagine he'll probably try one more bunt here. Sure what exactly that was. Umpires called time. 3-1 pitch. Mesa shows bunt, pulls back, inside, ball 4. So Mesa willing to give himself up with a bunt, but did not find a pitch to bunt, and he'll reach with a walk. So Clayman moves over to second. Mesa at first, no outs, top of the second inning. Top of the order for the Vhawks, their most dangerous hitter, Blake Warner. As we mentioned, Warner on the season, 362 hitter, 11 doubles, 7 home runs, 29 RBIs. He bats with 2 on and no outs here in the second inning. Fastball from Magnuson popped up down the third base line, drifting into foul territory. Wheelgosh Babiak giving chase, and nobody can get there in time. Foul ball. A lot of foul territory deep down the lines here at Mitchell. Dugouts are actually pretty tight to the bases and the baselines. But then the bullpen's behind that, and foul territory extends actually back out beyond the dugouts. A 1 pitch to Warner. Breaking pitch called. Strike on the outside corner. Magnuson now ahead 0-2 to the dangerous Warner. Big spot with 2 on. 0-2 pitch from Magnuson. Swing and a miss. Got him on the outside. And Warner goes down on 3 pitches. 4th strikeout of the game for Magnuson. And a big out, getting the Viterbo leadoff hitter retired with 2 runners on. Spencer Hand steps in, second baseman for the Vhawks. Drew a walk in his first at-bat. Magnuson already at 41 pitches. Outside for a ball. One 0 the count to Hands. Clayman at second, Mesa at first. Leadoff single for Clayman, a walk for Mesa. Then Warner struck out. Hands shows bunt and quickly pulls back. Pitch is a called strike. Even up 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Scheduled for 7 innings here in Game 1. Game 2 coming up later will be a 9-inning affair. This one fouled out of play. 1-2 the count. Drake Field, located in Codwell Park Athletic Complex in Mitchell. Beautiful facility here for baseball and softball. 1-2. High, pops out of Chabot's glove. He'll track it down. Runners do not advance. Codwell Stadium across the parking lot. I believe that's the home of the South Dakota Amateur Baseball State Tournament every year. 2-2 pitch for Magnuson. Breaking pitch, froze him. Called strike on the outside corner. 5th strikeout of the game for Magnuson as Hands goes down looking. Brett Stussel, the center fielder for Viterbo, will step in. Stussel reached on a bunt single in the first inning. Magnuson delivers. Outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Clayman at second with a leadoff single. Mesa at first, followed with a walk. And since then, Warner and Hands have struck out. 1-0 pitch. Tried to check his swing, and they say he did. Pitch was low and outside. 2-0 the count. Viterbo 3-1 in conference play. They opened the season last week against Dickinson State. Won a pair of 1-0 games in that series. Swing and a miss. 2 on the count. Including a no-hitter in Game 1. Cale Beckman, junior pitcher for Viterbo, threw a 7-inning no-hitter in that conference opener. 1-0 victory over Dickinson. 2-1 pitch from Magnuson. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Magnuson's just blown the last 2 pitches by Stussel. 2-2 count. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the second. Magnuson delivers. High and outside. Ball 3. Stuck with that fastball. Trying to get Stussel to chase. One outside of the zone. Three-two delivery. On the inside corner, called strike 3. And Magnuson allows the first 2 runners to reach, but then works out of the jam with 3 straight strikeouts. All 6 outs this game been recorded on strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the second. Viterbo leading 1-0. Vikings will send up Rosdaba, Nelson, and Scruggs when we come back. Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. We've already given out more than $75,000 to students in North Dakota this year. Let us help you become the next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today. Caden Rosdeba to lead off the bottom of the second inning for Valley City State. Vikings trailing 1-0 to Viterbo. First pitch from Sanchez, fouled out of play. Bounced over the netting between the backstop and the dugout. Caden Rosdeba on the season, .259 hitter, 5 doubles, 6 RBIs. Batting cleanup today, playing first base. Takes a called strike on the outside corner fastball and falls behind 0-2. Anthony Sanchez set the Vikings down 1-2-3 in that first inning. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Rosdeba down on 3 straight pitches. Bring up the designated hitter, Torrey Nelson. Nelson batting .198 this season. 4 doubles, 7 RBIs. Does have a .330 on base percentage. He's drawn 13 walks. Takes first pitch outside for ball. He's also been hit 4 times. Both him and Judson Seliskar lead the team with 4 hit by pitches. 1-0 pitch, catches the outside corner. Called strike. Viterbo leading 1-0. Scored in the top of the first inning. Nelson fouls the 1-1 back. 1-2 the count. Sanchez delivers in the dirt. Count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nelson pops this one out beyond second base. Drifting back is Hands, and he will make the play. Nelson retired on a pop-out. Kellen Scruggs, the batter for the Vikings, playing second base today. Scruggs hitting .273 this season, leads the team with 3 home runs, driven in 8. Right-handed hitter out of Belleville, Illinois. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 pitch from Sanchez, outside, ball 2. Two-0 count to Scruggs. Off speed across for a strike. Scruggs swings through that one. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, breaking pitch, froze him, called strike 3. And Sanchez sets the Vikings down again, 1-2-3 in that inning. Due up for the Vhawks, Daniels, Suntag, and Wells. After 2 complete, it's Viterbo 1, Vikings 0. Top of the third inning, Viterbo leading Valley City State 1-0. Due up for the V-Hawks, Daniel, Suntag, and Wells. Gavin Daniel, right fielder, batting cleanup today for Viterbo. 0 for 1 so far today with a strikeout. Hunter Magnuson, 6 strikeouts today for the Vikings. All 6 outs recorded by strikeout. V-Hawks do have 1 run and a pair of hits. First pitch, little number back towards Magnuson. He'll field and throw to first. And I believe it hit the runner. And they're going to say he was in field of play, so not running in the baseline. So Daniel will be retired. In the throw, hit him in the back, but the umpires ruled that he was in the field of play, not running in the baseline. So he'll be retired on I believe that's a 1-3 put out technically. Coach of the V-Hawks, John Grana, in his first season, having a quick discussion with home plate umpire, getting an explanation. And umpires will come together for a quick conference. And they will stick with their decision. Daniel retired. On base runner interference. Kyle Suntag steps in, catcher, shows bunt, pulls back, takes high for a ball. Lifts this one high in the air, foul territory. Rosedeba beyond first base will make the play. And 2 quick outs here to start the top of the third inning. So Suntag retired on a pop-up in foul territory. Cody Wells, third baseman, steps in. Wells today 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch called strike on the inside corner. Air temperature currently 31 degrees here in Mitchell. It is chilly for baseball. That all-turf infield soaking up the sun, though, making it a little warmer on the field for the players. Supposed to see a high near 40 degrees this afternoon. Tomorrow's doubleheader should be a little warmer. Hopefully up to around 40 by game time tomorrow, reaching a high of 52. 0-2 pitch in the dirt, bounces away. 1-2 the count. Magnuson, 1-2 pitch. Lifted into shallow center. Morecambe has it measured and makes the play. Drifting back a little bit towards the end. And the V-Hawks go down 1-2-3 in the top of the third inning. After 2.5, it's Viterbo 1, Vikings 0, Wheelgosh, Pero, and Morecambe coming to bat. Bottom of the third inning, Viterbo leading Valley City State 1-0. Cody Wielgosh leading off for the Vikings. Swings through the first offering from Sanchez. Wielgosh, freshman out of Beaujeu, Manitoba. Lines that one just foul down the third base line. Making, I believe, his third start of the season at third base. Had quite the debut during his first start down in Florida, going 3 for 3. He's batting .375 this season, 3 out of 8. Takes that one in the dirt for a ball, 1-2 the count. Campero, left fielder, waits on deck. 1-2 pitch to Wielgosh. Ground ball towards second base. Charging in is Hands. He'll field and flip on the run. And Wielgosh retired on a 4-3 putout. Campero, the batter for Valley City State. .281 hitter on the season. 2 doubles, a triple, 1 home run, 10 RBIs for Pero. Right-handed hitter. Facing Anthony Sanchez, the lefty, in his third inning work for the V-Hawks. Called strike on the inside corner. V-Hawks have their 1 run on 2 hits and 1 Viking error. Vikings scoreless and still hitless. No runs, no hits, and no V-Hawk errors. Fastball just low. 1-1 the count. Pero takes that one high and outside, ball 2. Fouled straight back. 2-2 the count. 1 out in the inning. Cody Wielgosh, leadoff hitter, retired on a ground out to second base. Two-two pitch from Sanchez. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two delivery from Sanchez. Pero's swing and a miss. Fastball on the outside. And 2 outs here in the inning. Vikings have sent 8 batters to the plate. All 8 have been retired. Dagan Morecambe, the number 9 hitter and the center fielder, steps in for the Vikings. Morecambe, .276 hitter this season. 6 doubles, 8 RBIs. Called strike on the inside corner. Morecambe, good series last week against Bellevue. I believe had 6 hits in that 4-game series. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-2 the count. Sanchez delivers outside. 1-2. Sanchez at 40 pitches so far. Struck out 4 batters for the 8. 1-2 to Morecambe. Outside, ball 2. That one ran in and hit him, but did he swing? Umpires will award him first base, but they do want to have a quick discussion about this. It's like he was going to swing, tried to check, and the pitch ran in and hit him. And they will stick with hit by pitch, as Dagan Morecambe will be VCSU's first base runner of the game. As he reaches with 2 outs, brings up the top of the order, Dustin Mertz. Mertz 0 for 1 today, struck out in his first at bat. Good early battle between Mertz and Sanchez to start the game. 8-pitch at bat before Sanchez won it with a strikeout. First pitch here is a ball, 1-0. Morecambe takes his lead at first. 1-0 pitch. Mertz lifts this one, foul and out of play. Mertz on the season, .283 hitter. Has 4 doubles, a home run, 12 RBIs. Bats with 2 outs and a runner on. Throw over to first. Morecambe slides back safely. Vikings trailing 1-0, bottom of the 3rd inning. Scheduled for 7 innings in game 1. Mertz lifts this one deep out towards left field. Going back is Hornacek. He's not going to get it. It's out. 2-run home run, Dustin Mertz, and Vikings just like that are on top 2-1. A no-doubter for Dustin Mertz. Sat on that 1-1 pitch and pulled it deep over the left field wall. And he has the Vikings on top 2-1. So a quick turn of events. First 8 hitters for the Vikings had been set down in order. Morecambe reaches on a 2-out hit by pitch, and then Dustin Mertz drills a 2-run home run to left field, and just like that, the Vikings are ahead 2-1. Jaden Babiak steps in. First pitch taken for a ball. This one's lifted out towards left field. Hornacek back a couple steps, has it measured, and makes the play. Vikings are retired in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but not before a 2-run home run by Dustin Mertz puts the Vikings ahead. After 3 innings complete, it's Vikings 2, Vhawks 1. Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. We've already given out more than $75,000 to students in North Dakota this year. Let us help you become the next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today. Top of the 4th inning, Valley City State Baseball leading Viterbo 2-1 after a 2-run home run by Dustin Mertz in the bottom of the 3rd. Hunter Magnuson back out for his 4th inning of work for the Vikings. He's thrown 59 pitches so far, struck out 6. Worked around some early trouble in both the 1st and 2nd innings. Then really settled in that 3rd inning. First pitch to Marcus Hornacek, called strike. 0-1 the count. Hornacek swings through that one, falls behind 0-2. Hornacek 0 for 1 today, struck out in his first at-bat. Magnuson climbs the ladder, just a bit high at the letters. Hornacek lays off, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off speed, Hornacek gets a piece of it, stays alive. One, 2 for Magnuson. Breaking pitch outside. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one is high, fastball, ball 3. Actually gets to the backstop. And Hornacek, after falling behind 0-2, has worked a full count to lead off the top of the 4th. 3-2 pitch from Magnuson, high, ball 4. Magnuson was ahead 0-2 in that at bat. Ended up losing him as Hornacek draws a leadoff walk. Representing the tying run over at first base. Chance Clayman, designated hitter, steps in for the V-Hawks. Clayman singled in his first at bat. Pulled a hard ground ball through the left side. Was eventually stranded at second base in that inning, showing bunt here. Line drive, fielded by Wielgosh, and they will get the runner doubled off over at first base. A bunt double play for the Vikings, as Hornacek seemed to take off on the pitch. And Clayman bunted that one in the air, charging Cody Wielgosh, fielded at third base, and then just had an easy flip over to first for the double play. First pitch called strike to Ryan Mesa, shortstop for the V-Hawks. Off speed high. 1-1 the count. This one skied, foul territory. Wielgosh giving chase and overran it. And it will bounce about a step outside the base path. Cody Wielgosh, third baseman, just overran that one. I believe that is the direction the wind's coming from. The wind pushed that one back towards the field. And new life for Mesa. One-two pitch from Magnuson. Just high. Ball 2. Vikings leading 2-1. V-Hawks scored 1 in the first. Vikings got both theirs in the third. 2-run home run by Dustin Mertz. 2-2 pitch off the plate. Ball 3. Top of the order up next for Viterbo. Their most dangerous hitter, Blake Warner. 3-2 pitch to Mesa. Ground ball, or it's actually line drive out towards left field. Perro makes a leaping catch as Upall just kept sailing. And Cam Perro making a nice play out in left field as Mesa is retired on a line out to left field. For the V-Hawks in the 4th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. They had a leadoff walk, but then that runner was doubled off, so they left no runners on base. After 3.5, it's Vikings 2, V-Hawks 1. Due up for the Vikings, Jamel Chabot, followed by Caden Rosedeb and Torrey Nelson, 3-4-5 hitters for Valley City State. Chabot 0 for 1 today. Takes first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 pitch from Sanchez. inside, just off the plate. 2-0 the count. Sanchez has thrown 49 pitches coming into this inning. Ground ball right back up the middle. Jamel Chabot will reach with a leadoff single. Hard line drive past the feet of Sanchez. Just the second hit of the game for the Vikings. First that home run by Mertz. And now Chabot with a leadoff single here to start off the bottom of the 4th inning. He'll be lifted for courtesy runner. Justin Rogers will take over on the base paths. Chabot, the Viking catcher. Justin Rogers this season does have 3 stolen bases, caught stealing twice. He'll measure his lead over at first base against the lefty Sanchez. Rosedebus steps in, and first is a throw over. Diving back safely is Rogers. Pitch to Rosedebus, nubbed right back in front of the plate. Coming out is the catcher. He'll field and fire over, Suntag, over to Warner at first. So Rosedebus retired. On a little number right in front of the plate. 2-1, 2-3 the put out. Rogers advances to second. Nevertheless, a productive out for Rosedebus, moving Rogers into scoring position with just 1 out. Torrey Nelson, the DH, steps in. Nelson 0 for 1 today. And Bach on Sanchez. Rogers dancing around his second. Got in his head a little bit, and he will move up to third. So Rogers now just 90 feet away. First pitch hit Nelson. Inside, caught him in the legs. And Nelson will go to first. First and third situation. Kellen Scruggs stepping to the plate. 5th time this season Nelson has been hit by a pitch. Leads the Vikings in that category. Alec Demeria, head coach of the Vikings, over in the third base coach's box, calling out signals. Again, first and third situation. Rogers at third, Nelson at first, 1 out. Kellen Scruggs at the plate. Pitch from Sanchez, breaking ball in the dirt. Scruggs lays off. Ball 1. Nelson this season does have 2 stolen bases. Correction, 4 stolen bases, only caught stealing once. Pitch called strike. 1-1 the count. Conservative lead at first base for Nelson. 1-1 pitch. And Nelson takes off. Bit of a delayed steal there. Pitch in the dirt, and he will reach safely with a stolen base. So second and third situation now after Torrey Nelson takes second on a stolen base. Pitch on the inside corner. Scruggs, quick look back to the umpire. 2-2 the count, as that is a called strike. Again, Nelson didn't necessarily take off right away. Made sure Sanchez went home first and then took off. But as it was, the ball was in the dirt, so no play at second. Scruggs, ground ball towards second base. Coming in his hands, no play but to first base. He'll fire it over, but Justin Rogers will score. So an RBI ground out for Kellen Scruggs to second base, bringing in Rogers. And the Vikings extend their lead to 3-1. Nelson advances to third. He moves up as well. On the RBI ground out for Kellen Scruggs. Cody Wielgosh, the lefty, steps in, batting with 2 outs and a runner on third. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 pitch from Sanchez, fouled away over the Viking dugout. 0-2 the count. Wheelgosh 0 for 1 today. Sanchez comes set and delivers the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Wheelgosh goes down on strikes, but not before the Vikings push across 1 run in the bottom of the 4th inning. Jamel Chabot, the catcher, with a leadoff single, lifted for pinch runner Justin Rogers, who eventually comes around to score on an RBI groundout by Kellen Scruggs. After 4 complete, it's Vikings 3, Vhawks 1.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Top of the order for Viterbo to lead off the 5th inning. Blake Warner takes the first pitch, drills it out towards left field, drifting foul as Perro gives chase and cannot catch up to it. So the lefty Warner flared that one out towards left field and just kept tailing away from Perro and tailed foul. Warner 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Also drew a walk and eventually scored Viterbo's only run. Called strike on the outside corner. Hunter Magnuson into his 5th inning of work. 73 pitches, 41 strikes. Struck out 6. First 6 outs of the game, actually, for Magnuson were by strikeout. This one's drilled out towards center field. Morecambe going back makes the play on a hard line drive, and Warner is retired. Hard hit ball, but Morecambe reads it nicely, makes a quick adjustment, and Warner is retired. Spencer Hands, second baseman, steps in for the Vhawks. Hands today 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Also drew a walk in that 1st inning. First pitch is high for a ball. Called strike, inside corner. 1 ball and a strike. Magnuson settling in, working quick here in the top of the 5th. 1-1 pitch, off speed, high, ball 2. Magnuson also pitched game 1 against Bellevue on Friday, so working on 4 days rest today. That one outside, ball 3. Again, these games originally scheduled for Friday, Saturday, moved up 2 days. So all the Viking pitchers a little short on rest. Same with Viterbo as well. Their series was Friday, Saturday against Dickinson. That one is ball 4 and a 1-out walk for Spencer Hands. Brett Stussel, the center fielder, will bat for the Vhawks. 1-out runner on first. First pitch lifted in the air. Shortstop Jaden Babiak drifting back into the outfield and will make the play. First pitch pop out as Stussel is retired. And a quick second out for Hunter Magnuson and the Vikings. Gavin Daniel, the cleanup hitter for Viterbo. with 2 outs and a runner on first. Spencer Hands at first, drew a 1-out walk. Takes off on the pitch. Chabot, throw down to Babiak, and it gets by Babiak, 1 hopper. Towards the shortstop side, tried to backhand that, lay down the tag quick, just skip past him. So stolen base for Hands. Stays at second though, so no error on that. And Daniel will bat. I believe that was a called strike, right? Yeah. 0-1 the count. A 1 pitch, fouled away, and it's 0-2. Just the second stolen base of the season for Spencer Hands. Gets himself in scoring position for Daniel. 0-2 pitch from Magnuson. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And Daniel is set down. The V-Hawks are set down in the top of the 5th. Vikings lead 3-1. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base after that 1-out walk. As Hands is left in scoring position after 4.5, it's Vikings 3, V-Hawks 1. Coming up, Perro, Morcom, and Mertz. Bottom of the 5th inning, Vikings leading 3-1. 2-run home run by Dustin Mertz. RBI ground out from Kellen Scruggs. VCSU's 3 runs here in this one. Cam Perro will lead off the inning for Valley City State. Takes the first pitch from Anthony Sanchez low for a ball. Perro 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Swings through that one. 1 ball and a strike. Breaking pitch low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Anthony Sanchez into his 5th inning on the mound for Viterbo. Perro ticks that one, foul ball. Count evens up 2-2. Sanchez thrown just 13 innings coming into today this season. Outside, ball 3. Count runs full to Cam Perro. Number 8 hitter for the Vikings. Then it'll be Morcom, and then back to the top of the order in Dustin Mertz. 3-2 pitch high. Cam Perro draws a leadoff walk as Valley City State is in business here to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Seventh walk of the season for Cam Perro. Morcom, the number 9 hitter for the Vikings, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Broke up what had so far been a perfect game for the V-Hawks. And then the next batter, Dustin Mertz, drilled a 2-run home run. Morcom lays down a bunt. Coming in is Sanchez. He'll field and throw to first. Morcom's retired, and moving up into scoring position is Cam Perro. So a sac bunt for Morcom. Retired 1-3 on the putout. And top of the order, Dustin Mertz. Coming off that 2-run home run, he'll step in to face Sanchez with a runner in scoring position. First pitch taken for a called strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike to Dustin Mertz. Takes another one inside, this one off the plate for a ball. Sanchez, pickoff throw to second, and shortstop did get behind Pero, but the throw not in time as Pero diving back safely. One pitch outside, ball 2. Hunter Magnuson, Viking starter, through 5 innings, has thrown 85 pitches. Bullpen quiet right now. He'll be out for the 6th. 2-1 pitch fouled away by Mertz. And we're back even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Campero at second base. Drew a leadoff walk. Then moved to second on the sac bunt from Morcom. Vikings trying to tack on an insurance run here, bottom of the 5th. Again, this first game scheduled for 7 innings. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and Pero will move up to third. Count runs full. And now a runner just 90 feet away for Dustin Mertz. Infield stays back for Viterbo. Look to be conceding the run on a ground out. Three-two pitch from Sanchez. Mertz fouls that one into the Viking dugout off the facing. And we'll do the 3-2 again. Sanchez comes set and delivers. This one grounded sharply past the diving third baseman, and be an RBI single for Dustin Mertz. Wells made a good attempt for it, diving to his left, but hit too sharply, and Dustin Mertz, his 2nd hit of the game, his 3rd RBI, as the Vikings on top 4-1. So Dustin Mertz now 2 for 3 today. 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. RBI single here in the 5th. Scoring Campero, giving the Vikings a 4-1 lead. Still just 1 out in the inning as Mertz takes a big lead over at first. Jaden Babiak steps in for the Vikings. Babiak swings at the first pitch, pops it up in the infield. First baseman coming on, Warner, calls out the pitcher and he'll make the play. So Babiak quickly retired. Pop up to first base on 1 pitch. Mertz will stay at first. Jamel Chabot, the batter for Valley City State, the Viking catcher, had a leadoff single in that 4th inning, lifted for courtesy runner Justin Rogers, who eventually came around to score, giving the Vikings a 3-1 lead then. Sanchez, the pitch to Chabot, catches the outside corner for a called strike. A 1 pitch from Sanchez, off speed, called strike. And it's 0-2. Vikings with 4 runs on 3 hits, no Vihawk errors. Viterbo has their 1 run on 2 hits and 1 Viking error. 0-2, taking off is Mertz, swing and a miss as Chabot goes down swinging, and the Vikings will be retired in the bottom of the 5th, but not before scoring 1 run, RBI single from Dustin Mertz, scoring Cam Perro, and the Vikings lead 4-1 after 5 innings complete. Due up for the Vhawks, Suntag, Wells, and Hornacek. Top of the 6th inning, Valley City State leading Viterbo 4-1. Game 1 of our doubleheader here today from Drake Field in Mitchell, South Dakota. Hunter Magnuson, Viking starter, on the mound for his 6th inning, facing Kyle Suntag, the Viterbo catcher. First pitch in the dirt for a ball. Viterbo scored 1 run in the top of the 1st inning, taking an early 1-0 lead. Vikings got on the board in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-run home run by Dustin Mertz made it 2-1 and gave the Vikings their first lead of the game. That one in for a called strike. Vikings tacked on a single run in the 4th, RBI ground out from Kellen Scruggs, and then an RBI single by Dustin Mertz in the 5th. Made it 4-1 a few moments ago. Suntag fouls that one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 1-2 delivery from Magnuson. A little low outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch on the way. Lifted out in the air towards deep left field. Perro giving chase to the corner. And that one will be over the fence. A solo home run for Kyle Suntag. So Viterbo back on the board. Leadoff home run by Suntag. Pulls that one down the left field line. And it's 4-2 as the Vhawks trim into that Viking lead with Suntag's home run. Cody Wells, the batter now for Viterbo. First pitch from Magnuson, outside for a ball. To go the count now to Wells, the Viterbo third baseman. Magnuson catches the corner with that one. Called strike. Count now 2-1. Wells, the number 6 hitter for Viterbo, lifts this one out of play behind home plate. 2-2. Cloud cover moving in here in Mitchell. Covering up that sunshine, which has been keeping it somewhat warm. Getting air temperature just in the mid-30s today. Ground ball fouled towards the Viking dugout. Count remains 2-2. 36 degrees right now here in Mitchell. It's Expecting a high close to 40, we hope, later on this afternoon. 2-2 for Magnuson. High and outside, ball 3. Swing and a miss as Cody Wells is retired. First out of the inning for Magnuson and the Vikings. Again, 4-2 your score. Viterbo getting a home run by Suntag here in the top of the 6th. Marcus Hornacek steps in. Left fielder for the V-Hawks takes a called strike. Hornacek today 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Shows bunt, pulls back for a ball outside, 1-1. Fouls that one away. One-two delivery from Hunter Magnuson. Called strike on the inside corner. Frozen with a fastball. And Hornacek is retired. Second strikeout of the inning for Magnuson. 8th strikeout of the game. Correction, 9th strikeout of the game for Magnuson. Chance Clayman, DH, steps in for the V-Hawks. First pitch is outside. Clayman 1 for 2 today. Had a sharp single through the left side earlier in the game. Tries to lean in and get hit by that one. And they will say it stayed inside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch. Strike at the knees. Magnuson over 100 pitches now. Connor Nelson, lefty for the Vikings, was getting loose in the bullpen a little earlier. This one nubbed towards first base. One hopper to Rosedaba. He'll field it and step on the bag, and the V-Hawks are retired in the top of the 6th. They score 1 run, solo shot by Kyle Suntag as they trim the Viking deficit, but VCSU still leads as we head to the bottom of the 6th. It's Vikings 4, V-Hawks 2. Caden Rosedaba, leadoff hitter for the Vikings in the bottom of the 6th, tries to bunt the first pitch, bunts it foul down the first base line. Anthony Sanchez, pitcher for the V-Hawks, takes a tumble as he comes off the mound. Appears to be okay. He'll walk around a little bit, shake that off. It's just a foul ball on that bunt. 0-1 the count to Rosedaba. Again, Vikings lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the 6th. 0-1 pitch from Sanchez. Inside, 1-1 the count. Rosedaba 0 for 2 today. Struck out once. Inside, ball 2. Sanchez into his 6th inning. He's given up, 3 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Struck out 6 and walked 1. Rosedaba drills this one deep left field. Will it stay fair? It is. Home run. Caden Rosedaba, solo shot, and it's 5-2 Vikings. Well, no doubt that one was going out of the park. Just a question of if it would stay fair before it hooked. And it was fair down the left field line. Solo shot for Caden Rosedaba. And the Vikings get that run right back here in the bottom of the 6th. John Grana, head coach of the V-Hawks, coming out. And that will be it for Sanchez. Works 5 innings into the 6th, gives up the solo home run to Rosedaba, and that will finish out his day. Gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, walked 1 and struck out 6. Sanchez kept his team in the game as they will go to the bullpen. We'll take a short break, come back with your new pitcher again. Bottom of the 6th, it's Vikings 5, V-Hawks 2. New pitcher for the V-Hawks, number 18, Kyle Burns. Burns making his 9th appearance of the season, all out of the bullpen. He's thrown 7 innings, 7.7 ERA. He's given up 6 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks in those 7 innings. Comes into a 5-2 game. Vikings have scored each of the last 4 innings, 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th a moment ago. Solo home run by Caden Rosedaba that chased Viterbo starter Anthony Sanchez. First pitch from Burns to Torrey Nelson is a called strike. Nelson 0 for 1 today. First Viking batter to face Burns, right-handed pitcher. That one is high at the letters. 1-1 the count. 1-1 pitch inside for ball. Viking bullpen has gone quiet. Again, we saw lefty Connor Nelson warming up earlier. As of now, no one in the bullpen. Called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball, second base. Hands fields it on a 1 hop and flips it over to Warner at first. And Nelson is retired on a 4-3 putout. Hands to Warner. First out of the inning, Kellen Scruggs will bat. Scruggs steps in against Burns. First pitch fastball just off the plate. 1-0 the count. Hard ground ball, foul, past third base. (5-2) Vikings leading. Viterbo, last chance coming up, top of the 7th. Again, game 1 of conference doubleheaders, 7 innings. Game 2, 9 innings. Scruggs lifts this one, line drive into left field corner. Giving chase is Hornacek. He'll cut it off before it reaches the fence, and Scruggs will round first and hold there. 1-out single for Kellen Scruggs. As the Vikings have a runner on here in the bottom of the 6th. Couple substitutions here for Valley City State. Pinch runner over at first will be Justin Rogers for Kellen Scruggs. And also a pinch hitter. Also a pinch hitter for the Vikings, number 22, Judson Seliskar. So Seliskar will hit for Wheelgosh. First pitch to Seliskar, called strike. 0-1 the count. That one's outside. Ball 1. One ball, one strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Vikings leading 5-2. Rogers over at first. Pickoff attempt in the dirt. Rogers dives back safely. Rogers, pinch runner for Kellen Scruggs. Who had a 1-out single a moment ago. One pitch to Seliskar in the dirt. Ball 2. Judson this season batting .196, 9 hits and 46 at-bats, has 3 doubles and 5 RBIs. Awaits the 2-1 delivery. Lined straight back out towards center field. Coming on as a center fielder. He won't get there. Bounces in front of Stoessel. And it's a pinch hit single for Judson Seliskar. Rogers moves up to second. Runners on first and second with just 1 out, bottom of the 6th. So Seliskar does his job, pinch hit single for the Vikings. Cody Wheelgosh will re-enter at first base to run. Cam Perro the batter for the Vikings. Perro today 0 for 1, struck out once. Bats with 2 on and 1 out. Vikings leading 5-2, looking to tack on some more runs. Swings through the first pitch from Burns. Perro this season batting .281. Does have 1 home run, 10 RBIs. Swings through that one, inside fastball, and it's 0-2. We've seen 3 home runs today. Mertz and Rosedaba for the Vikings, Suntag for the Vhawks, all of them pulled to left field. 0-2 delivery, called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Perro is set down on 3 straight pitches. First strike out of the game for Viterbo pitcher Kyle Burns. Comes down to Dagan Morcom, number 9 hitter for the Vikings. Bats with 2 on and 2 outs. Here's the delivery from Burns. Morcom swings through it. 0-1. Fouls the 0-1 towards the on-deck circle, and it's 0-2. Again, Justin Rogers out at second. Came on to run for Kellen Scruggs after his single. And then Wheelgosh at first came on to run after the pinch hit single by Judson Seliskar. 0-2 pitch is outside for a ball. Rogers will likely remain in the game, take over the defense at second base in the top of the 7th. Morcom awaits the 1-2 pitch from Burns. This one's drilled out towards center field. Stoessel making a few steps back and makes a nice running catch out near the wall. Sharp line drive by Dagan Morcom, hard hit ball, but Stoessel, good read, running back into his left, makes the play, and the Vikings are retired in the bottom of the 6th inning. Not before they score 1 run, solo home run by Caden Rosedaba. They finished the inning with 3 hits, no Viterbo errors. They did leave 2 runners on base. After 5 complete, it's Vikings 5, Vhawks 2. Last wraps for the Vhawks coming up next in the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th inning, Valley City State leading Viterbo 5-2. Hunter Magnuson out for his 7th inning of work. Right now at 105 pitches, 61 strikes. Defensive changes for the Vikings. Entering the game in left field, number 44, Christian Ramirez. And remaining in the game and playing second base, number 3, Justin Rogers. Leading off for the Vhawks, Ryan Mesa takes the first pitch from Magnuson for a ball. Pitch 2 in the dirt, 2-0 the count. And Magnuson so far been good. Allowed just 2 hits, 3 hits, 2 runs. He's walked 5. Had some early issues with that. It's settled down. He's struck out 9. That one inside, ball 3. Connor Nelson, lefty for the Vikings, loosely playing some catch in the bullpen right now, in case Magnuson runs into any trouble. Pitch high for ball. 4-pitch walk to Mesa to open up the inning. That'll bring up the top of the order for the Vhawks, Blake Warner. Warner, the most dangerous hitter on this Viterbo team. 0 for 2 so far today. Mesa over at first base with the leadoff walk. Warner swings through off speed and falls behind 0-1. Chabot, catcher for the Vikings, a little bit of problem with his electronic communication. Gets that fixed. And we are ready to go. 0-1 from Magnuson. Drilled out towards right field. That'll be down for a hit. Going to run to the corner. Mertz trying to chase it down. Warner rounding first. He'll head for second. Throw in. And throwing up the stop sign at third is Grana. And it'll be a double for Warner. And stopping at third will be Mesa. So 2 on, nobody out here to start the top of the 7th inning for Viterbo. So double to right field for Warner. Mesa moves up to third. Mertz hustled into the corner, got that one back in quickly. And Alec Demary, head coach for the Vikings, coming out to the mound. Looking over towards the bullpen. Believe we will see a change. Connor Nelson has the jacket off. Thrown with a little bit more ferocity now. Out there in the bullpen. But as of right now, looks like just a discussion on the mound. Demaria talking with Magnuson and the infielders. Home plate umpire comes out to break it up, and we will go to the bullpen. So DeMario wasting a little bit of time, giving Nelson a few more pitches to get loose. And that'll be it for Hunter Magnuson. Viking starter heads to the dugout after 6 strong innings. Has Valley City State in position. They're up 5-2, but the V-Hawks are threatening. 2 runners on here in the top of the 7th. We'll take a break and come back with more. It's Viking Baseball on VCSU Athletics YouTube. New pitcher for the Vikings, left-handed sophomore Connor Nelson. He'll come into the game inheriting a pair of runners on second and third. Nelson making his 9th appearance of the season, all out of the bullpen. He's got a 4.2 ERA. He's thrown 15 total innings, allowed 15 hits, 7 earned runs. He struck out 21 and has walked 7. An opponent's batting .250 against Nelson. Been one of VCSU's top bullpen arms all season. And he'll come into a sticky situation here. Vikings leading 5-2. Save situation for Nelson. With 2 runners on, nobody out here in the top of the 7th. First pitch, inside for a ball to Spencer Hands. Hands, the number 2 hitter for Viterbo. 0 for 1 today, struck out once. Off speed, and he went, they will say, so 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Nelson. Fastball catches the outside corner for a called strike. It's 1-2. Nelson delivers, lined right back up the middle towards center field. Coming on is Morecambe. He'll have to field it, and it skipped and bounced off his knee or shin and kicked over to right field. So that will be a 2-run double for Spencer Hands. Just a drilled liner that did a skip on that first bounce and caught Morecambe in the legs and kicked off towards right center. Mertz, the right fielder coming over, had to pick it up and fire it in. Both runners will score, and Hands has himself a 2-run double, and now the tying run is in scoring position at second base. Brett Stoessel, center fielder, steps in for Viterbo. Lefty on lefty here. Nelson delivers. Stoessel gets a piece of it. Foul ball for a strike. So 5-4 the score now. V-Hawks with 2 in on that double by Hands. Breaking ball in the dirt. Stoessel checks his swing. One pitch from Nelson. Off speed. Caught the corner on the outside, and it's 1-2. Stoessel today 1 for 3, 1 strikeout. Another curveball outside. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tying run at second base. Nelson delivers 2-2 in the dirt outside, knocked down by Chabot, and count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two delivery, and reaching to foul that one off is Stoessel. And we'll do it again. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Three-two from Nelson. Ground ball right back up the middle. Coming on is Babiak. Dives across, knocks it down, but it skips out of his glove as he went to make the exchange. It'll be an infield single for Stoessel. And the V-Hawks have runners at the corners. So ground ball back up the middle. Babiak came all the way past second base to dive and knock it down. On the exchange, though, ball came out of his glove. Don't know if he'd had him anyways. And so an infield single for Stoessel. And Hands moves to third. First and third, nobody out. Gavin Daniel, right fielder, steps in. First pitch outside for a ball. If this game goes to the bottom of the 7th, the Vikings will have top of the order. Mertz, Babiak, and Chabot due up. 1-0 pitch from Nelson. Swing and a miss. Daniel, the cleanup hitter, swings through that one, and it's 1-1 the count. Daniel today 0 for 3. He's struck out twice. Rosedeba holding on. Stoessel over at first base. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Spencer Hands at third represents the tying run. Vikings leading 5-4, top of the 7th. 1-2 pitch on the outside corner. Connor Nelson gets a big strikeout as Daniel is set down looking. First out of the inning. Kyle Suntag, the V-Hawk catcher, steps in. Homered in his last at bat over the left field fence. He bats now with 2 runners on, tying run at third base. Shows bunt, tries to bunt it hard to the first base line. 1 hop to Rosedeba. He comes home to Chabot, and now they got a rundown. Back to Wielgosz at third. Now to Chabot as they give chase to Hands. Hands will be tagged out as the runners move up to second and third. But Caden Rosedeba fielded that hard bunt on 1 hop and went home to prevent the tying run from scoring. Heads up play by Rosedeba, and then executed in the rundown by Chabot and Wielgosz. So what do we got? 3-2, 5-2. So Hans retired, 3-2, 5-2. Suntag reached on that fielder's choice bunt and then moved to second. Stoessel goes to third. So still 2 runners on, second and third, but 2 outs. Last chance for the V-Hawks, Cody Wells. Wells today, 0 for 3, has struck out twice. Over at third base is Stoessel. Second base is Suntag. Pitch from Nelson, called strike on the outside corner as he works ahead in the count 0-1. Nelson 1 out away from a save, preserving this Viking victory as they lead 5-4, top of the 7th. 0-1 pitch inside. Wells just got out of the way. 1 ball and a strike. 1-1 delivery from Nelson. Off the outside corner, 2-1. First pitch of the at-bat, Suntag. who'd homered in his last at-bat, went for the hard bunt. The Vikings able to prevent the run from scoring. 2-1 pitch, fouled away. Even up, 2-2. Deuces on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on. And the delivery from Connor Nelson to Wells. Checked his swing. Did he go? He went. Called strike 3. And Connor Nelson saves the victory for the Vikings as they take game 1 5-4. Well, pitch was high at the letters. Wells tried to check his swing. Home plate umpire said he went. And that's how the Seahawks will be retired. Connor Nelson with a big strikeout to work out of trouble there in the top of the 7th. First 2 batters reached against Magnuson and came in to score on a 2-run double. But after that, Vikings were able to shut the door as Nelson gets 3 outs in the inning, picks up the save, preserves the win, and Valley City State takes game 1 5-4. We'll take a short break, come back with your final numbers here from game 1. Again, VCSU wins at 5-4. Game 2 coming up shortly. Again, Valley City State takes game 1 of our doubleheader here today against Viterbo University, 5-4. Your final score. Vikings hang on there in the top of the 7th inning as Viterbo scored 2 runs, had the go-ahead run or tying run at third base. But Connor Nelson striking out Cody Wells to end that inning and end the game as Valley City State wins it 5-4. Quick look at our numbers. Hunter Magnuson picks up the win for Valley City State. Worked 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs. Again, he worked into the 7th and allowed the first 2 runners to reach. That's where the 4 runs comes from. He walked 6 and struck out 9. Again, 3rd win of the season for Magnuson. His record now 3-2. Connor Nelson pitches the 7th inning for the save, his 2nd save of the season. Gave up 2 hits early, but then worked out of trouble and finished with 2 strikeouts there to preserve that Viking victory. Anthony Sanchez takes the loss for Viterbo. He's now 0-5 on the year. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs. All of them were earned. He walked 1 and struck out 6. 2 home runs, both of those, one from Dustin Mertz and one from Caden Rosedeba for the Vikings, and a home run for Viterbo was from Kyle Suntag. Also, Kyle Burns pitched an inning for Viterbo, gave up 2 hits, no runs, and he struck out 1. Offensively for Viterbo, led by Brett Stussel, 2 for 4 at the plate. Spencer Hands was 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs, a 2 RBI double there in the 7th inning. And then Blake Warner 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and a solo home run by Kyle Suntag. He finished 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. For the Vikings, Dustin Mertz 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. He had a 2-run home run and then also an RBI single. Rosedeba 1 for 3 with that solo home run. Also hits by Jamel Chabot. Kellen Scruggs had a hit and an RBI, and Judson Seliskar with a pinch hit RBI with a pinch hit single. Seahawks scored their 4 runs on 6 hits. They did not commit an error. Valley City State had his 5 runs on 6 hits, and they committed 1 error. Valley City State now 9-17 overall. That is their first conference win of the season. They're 1-4 in conference play. Viterbo drops to 4-25 overall. They are 3-2 in conference play. We'll take a short break, come back with Game 2 of our doubleheader in about 25 minutes or so. Again, Vikings take Game 1 5-4. You're watching Viking Baseball on VCSU Athletics YouTube.